to another episode of The Biggest Transformation. Maybe, arguably, speculatively, the most exciting episode of them all. So 12 weeks ago, you met the cast of season 1 of The Biggest Transformation. And over the past 12 weeks, you've journeyed with them. You've watched them. You've cried with them. You've laughed with them. You have seen their struggles. You have seen their successes. And today, for one final time, they are going to get on the scales and they are going to weigh in front of you. And today, in just a little bit, we are going to crown the season 1 winner of The Biggest Transformation. So without further ado, let's hop on with them, get the weigh-ins done, and see who's going to take home the prize. Our last weigh-in day of the phase 1 crowning. Today we will be crowning the winner of season 1 of The Biggest Transformation. So crazy. Does anyone else remember just finding out you were accepted? Does anyone else remember just applying in our first meeting and what the heck are we doing? What is she gonna make us do? And now we're the 12 weeks is complete. Oh my gosh. I almost didn't want to wear makeup today because I'm probably gonna cry, but maybe I'll hold it together. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and get our final weigh-in done. Hop on the scale. Denise, coming to the scale.
Oh, it's just showing that. So I guess that's what we'll go with.
263.4. Andy.
Okay.
$196.8. Judy. Dun 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 dun.
212. Judy.
Judy, does that say 212? 212, 2.6 pounds last week. Good job. Erin.
264.4.
164.4.
Oh yeah.
Shane Short, you are up, brother, from another mother.
There we go. Oh, wait. Let me get rid of this thing.
I'm like, Shane, that is not right, little sucker.
You couldn't be face. Great.
All right, jokester. Take 2. $312.6. All right, Peggy. Peggy, you are up.
$140.8.
Oh, good job. Shut the front door. Wow, you lost 3.2. You lost the most weight last week so far?
Looks like it.
2 pounds. Peggy, bringing the heat. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine her face is like,
Yeah, she didn't know that.
oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, let me get over to Steve before he's sick of holding the camera. He's doing so good. All right, Ashley.
All right, here we go.
Oh, they're going to see the reflection. I can't do this.
No, I can't see you. I can't see it, Ashley. You're good.
All right. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
$198.4. Ashley, did you just skip 199?
Go Ashley. Go Ashley. Go Ashley.
Good job.
He can't put the camera on me because I may have just robed for this one.
Ashley, 6.6 pounds. And
Wow. I killed it. I killed it.
You skipped 199. Okay. So your guys' question this week is going to be your biggest takeaway from the last 12 weeks. And so your biggest takeaway from the past 12 weeks, and then what are you looking forward to the most in the next 12 weeks? So we're going to go in the same order. And yes, I'm skipping the leaderboard right now. Your guys' faces, you were like, wait. All of you were like, we'll come back to it.
Uh-huh.
You guys are so funny. You literally were looking at me like I had crap on my face.
If we were near you, we'd probably do this.
So what was your biggest takeaway from these 12 weeks? Your biggest takeaway. I don't want several. I want your biggest one.
Put me on the spot.
And then what are you looking forward to the most in the next 12 weeks? So Denise, you are up first. Your biggest takeaway from these last 12 weeks we've spent together. What have you learned? What's the biggest thing that you're like, your biggest aha moment? And then what are you looking forward to the most in the next 12 weeks?
Oh my goodness, there were so many ha-ha moments. The big thing that just word that keeps coming up over and over and over is I am not a quitter. So that's what's sticking out to me right now. There's probably a lot that all go into that. But that's the phrase that just came to my head when you first asked. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
And then because, you know, there's been a lot of times where that's been my mindset, right? You're just a failure. You're just a quitter. You can't do this. It's impossible. So for me, the fact that I'm still here is proof that I'm not. So, and going into the next 3 months, I cannot wait. Holding. But when I calculated where I could be at if I kept doing what I was doing based off of what Carmen said she did, that whatever was 201 in 100 days. I think you said, right? No,
100,
no, not 200,
200 days.
100 pounds, sorry, 100 pounds in 200 days or whatever that was, that number. I calculated it out and I would be at 200 or just under 200 on my birthday, July 29th. I just want to see myself continue to believe in who I am and what I'm capable of. And that it is possible, and to keep believing that in the next 3 months, so that every challenge I face, I can keep facing it with that belief that look how far you've come, you can keep going. So whatever that is, that's what I really, really want to be my mission this next 3 months. Just keep the focus.
Yes, no, like get to the finish line. Don't quit. I think those go together beautifully because so many times we do quit before we get to the finish line. And the worst thing about success is a little bit. So many times we have a little bit of weight loss success and we don't finish. We don't keep going. We get comfortable where we're at. We're like, oh, I lost 30 pounds. I'm still obese, but I'm better than I was. I'm less obese than I was. And so, no, I think those go perfectly together. I think that's beautifully amazing, Denise. All right, Andy, Mr. Fit over there.
Oh. Okay. My what's that?
Her little baby.
Oh, probably the biggest struggle in my life has been just eating. I love the foods that make us fat, probably like a lot of us, and fast food, all that stuff, and the last I don't know how many years, like this is the year I'm going to lose the weight, and just nothing changes. But probably the biggest thing for me is something just switched in my brain during this past 12 weeks where I was able to change my diet, because every diet I went on was a fad diet, and you can't do fad diets forever. And this is the first diet I've ever done that I know I can do forever. I actually like the food. I always thought losing weight, the food was terrible, but you did it, and then you got through it, you lost the weight, and then bam, it's right back, but worse. So the biggest aha moment was I can actually change the way I eat. I can eat the foods I really have I like now. I don't have to actually, when I look at the food I ate and I watch people eat the food I ate, become a hypocrite. I'm like, how can you eat that? It's like so yeah, it's the biggest takeaway is changing my diet. Exercising daily is huge. But I think even huger, believe it or not, is changing the way I eat. So you can change the way you eat. You can eat your carbs, you can eat your proteins, you can eat that stuff. You just can't eat it the way you used to. And you'll find out, I found out that I feel so much better. I have so much more energy. Yeah, I've never thought I could like eating healthy.
So
that's
awesome.
Yeah.
You almost feel empowered, like in control.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, the McDonald's is still 75 feet from my desk. I smell it every time I go in and out of the office, sometimes in the office. And yeah, I mean, it's a little, I don't know if it's tempting. It's like, yeah, but I'm like, no, I don't need that.
That's awesome. And what are you looking forward to the most in the next 12 weeks?
Well, I'm getting pretty close to my goal weight. It's kind of funny. I'm still in the 190s, but I want to get to where I'm looking at body fat and building more muscle. I have an amazing gym set that I lent to a friend that I'm now taking back. The lending's over, actually.
Karen.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so you can come in. So my biggest takeaway, and this is the first thing that popped into my mind, because I'm with Denise, I had a lot, but my biggest one was to continue following direction. Don't question it, just do it. For me, that's been a hard road because I wanna do things my way sometimes, So yeah, so that has been the biggest takeaway for me, and that has really made it work this time. I want to continue to stay on course on the next 12 weeks. I am nowhere where I want to be. So I want to continue to keep transforming and see where I go this time beyond what I went last time. I'm excited about.
Yes, and in the next 12 weeks, you should be able to hit or come real dang close to your final goal.
Right.
So that's going to be fun too. That's
Yes.
awesome. Follow directions. Don't ask questions. Just do it. Shane, we're on to you now, right? Yes. Okay. All right, Shane, your biggest takeaway from these last 12 weeks and what you're looking forward to the most in the next 12 weeks lifestyle phase.
My biggest takeaway would be the community side of this. We've said it a lot of times, but this is difficult, but it's simple, the process. We've done stuff like this lots of times. We've done fad diets. I can always lose some weight, but sticking with it and not quitting, this time the community has showed that that's really the key to not letting me off the hook and not letting me give up. So yeah, just be surrounding myself with these wonderful people and following a coach who's been there has been really vital. And yeah, is something I didn't know I was missing until now.
And what are you most excited for about the next 12 weeks?
There's a lot. I mean, the thing I'm most excited about would be proving to myself that I can do it, and that I won't give up. I'm excited to call this the halfway point. I've I have more to lose than anybody else in the group, and I'm okay with that. I'm racing everybody to Wonderland who's not there yet. But yeah, I guess I'm just looking forward to continuing and keeping the momentum going, and just making sure that the habits that I'm developing and the bad habits I'm kicking out, that it remains that way and it stays. So just the consistency, I think, is what I'm looking forward to.
All right, Pegsters with the sexy shoulders. All glowy.
What? Ask the question again.
So your biggest takeaway or your biggest aha moment from the last 12 weeks, and then what are you looking forward to the most in the next 12 weeks?
My biggest takeaway is I'm not even gonna cry. I'm not. That goals can be met when you set your mind to it. And I have tried and tried and tried and gotten to a certain point, and then I stop. I'm like, yes, I did it. And I go on the other way and I don't even think about it. But just being consistent and staying with it and sticking to it and eating correctly, and I'm there. I've met my goal, and it's just overwhelming. And then what I'm looking for the next 12 months is, or 12 weeks, is just continuing and seeing what I actually can do with my body that I've never done before. Oh,
You've really done amazing, and you've really shown there's this big myth out there that once you get close to your goal, and if you have less to lose, you're not going to lose as much. Well, I don't really know what to say to all those people except, bam, Peggy, 3.2 pounds last week, hitting her goal, coming in like a boss, slaying it, like proving all those people that want to have that excuse that I'm older, I'm a grandma, I can't lose as much, I'm close to my goal. You're just slaying all those excuses. And again, showing everybody else who's not as close to their goal as you were what can be done. And that no, just because you get close to your goal doesn't mean the scale is going to be a turtle. So, so freaking proud of you. I got to be honest with you. I did not see the 3.2 pounds coming today. I didn't see it coming.
I was very happy when I got on the scale.
I was like, no way. She didn't. She did. You did. Oh my gosh. Anyway, awesome job, Peggy.
Thank you.
All right.
Now, why can't I get through that without crying? I don't get it.
Because you're not a psychopath.
Yeah.
I had one little thing to add to this is for Peggy's interview is that I think a huge difference is that we did it together this time. I've always supported her in doing it, but I didn't support her by doing it myself.
Yeah.
And that's just made a huge difference.
It has made a world of difference.
Yeah. So it's the first time we really were both, she's always been more committed than me. First time I was committed. And I think that, we're talking the same language.
Yeah.
No, that's a great point. It's one thing, you don't want to use your spouse as an excuse not to do it, because a lot of times one spouse starting first inspires the other one to get started. But no, when the husband and wife can come together and be on the same accord and do it together, it is powerful. It is powerful.
It is very helpful.
I'm so thankful to have you guys as a couple in the group setting that example and being that inspiration. and also giving other husband and wives hope, because so many times, and I love the way you give it perspective, Andy, to say, no, she's been on this journey for a while, and it took me a while to come alongside of her. Because so many times a wife will see a couple like you, and they'll be like, see, my husband won't do it with me. My husband won't. He's just, and not really putting it in perspective that no, Peggy stayed the course for how many years before you were like, okay, I'm going to do this too. There might be something to this. And then look at the power of you guys coming together. So look at your family. I mean, oh my gosh. And then I saw that I posted a picture of you on something, Andy, and Andrew commented, and he was like, I'm proud of you, Pops. And it just made me all teary. I was like, oh, like they really are so proud of you guys.
Yeah, they are.
All right, Ashley, Miss Pretty in Pink. Your biggest takeaway from the last, okay, first, let me just pause for a second. You made it to Wonderland. And you skipped right over 199. Like, you're like, F you, 199. I'm going right past you.
I know. I'm really excited.
So-
Dang, Peggy, and dang it, Andy. I already did my eye makeup. Now I got mascara in my eye.
So
You
Miss
guys
Wonder,
always make me cry. I love love. Sorry. Okay. What was your question?
all right, Miss Wonderland, your biggest takeaway from the last 12 weeks and what you're looking forward to in the next.
I have always pursued everything I've done, whether it's business, sales, sorry about that light, business, sales, my career, being a parent, trying to weight loss, whatever it is to make other people proud. And I realized, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but I had this moment of feeling proud of yourself feels as good as you thought making other people feel proud is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I don't think I know what it feels like to feel proud of myself, because I'm always saying, well, I could have done 10,000 in sales, or I could have made this bigger. I'm always looking for how I could have done better, or I quit completely and there's nothing to be proud of. So this is like the first time, like Elsa, the first time in forever that I truly made myself proud. And I didn't need the validation of anyone else. Like, it almost didn't matter what anyone said along the way.
I just want to tell all of you, and I'm just gonna go down the list here. Denise, the fact that you were able to separate your past from where you're at, the fact that you were able to not use every single physical limitation that so many other people would use as an excuse to stay stuck, as an excuse to stay where you're at, as an excuse to not get up and try again because you're currently dealing with real life issues, like real body issues. And the fact that you got up and you fought every day and you did the very best you could, and you have lost freaking 38.2 pounds. And that you, like, look at the inspiration that you've had on your family. Look at the inspiration you've had on those around you. I mean, Shaylee, to take control, not because you made her, but because she was watching her mom lead from the front, because she was watching her mom do something so powerful by taking a hold of your excuses that she was so inspired to follow. The fact that you've inspired other people in your family, the fact that you're the forerunner, the fact that you've just kicked butt and take names. I mean, your family has had a whirlwind of the past 12 weeks. You haven't just sat home playing Betty Crocker, doing your thing. You have traveled around the frickin' province, around the country, dealing with family issues, putting out family fires, and you've still lost every single week. You have still done an above average, terrific, hell of a job. And Denise, I am so proud of you. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And you've got one heck of a start. But these next 12 weeks, you're going to get into some new territory and you're going to keep inspiring. And I personally think these next 12 weeks are going to be better than your first 12 weeks, personally. So very proud of you. You've done amazing. And I hope today when we get off this call, you can sit there and be proud of yourself for how you've shown up these 12 weeks. Andy, someone asked me yesterday, who's been your biggest surprise inside of this group? And it's been you. You have been my biggest surprise. Not that I didn't think you could do it, not that I didn't think that you had it in you, but just the way you talk, the way you communicate, the changes, not only physically, but just when I watch the videos, when I'm editing the videos of you, and I see you fully owning who you're becoming. I see you owning where you're at. I see you like literally, here's where you were and here's where you're at. And you're like, bye. Like, see you, that was the past. This is the future. And the changes you've made, even in your mindset and the way you've made them, it just blows me away. I look at those photos and from the inside out, you are a different person. And it inspires me so much. And thank you for putting your all into this. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the hard things even when you didn't want to. Thank you for giving it 100%. Your transformation, it like literally every person in Texas has seen your before and after photo. I'm like, look at Andy. And they're like, he's done what? That was this year. And I'm like, that picture was in January and that was 2 weeks ago. And then this week, Peggy, telling you to send me some pictures of your guns. Like Andy's, I can see his ab muscles and he's like all flexing. And I'm like, he's a beast. And so it's been such a joy to have you in here and to get to know you and just to see you really step into this new fit Andy and really just own that. And so thank you for giving us 100% and can't wait to go to stay together through this next phase and watch you get even more like buffer and better. Well, like honest to God, this whole week, I'm like, yeah, Andy, like you have got to video it the day you show up to the job site with no shirt.
I will.
Hey guys, what's up?
Did I forget something? No, I didn't.
Over there.
Well, Carmen, thank you so much. Really, this, the struggles we had over the past 5 years, and it's kind of like taking control of your health. Really put that past behind. And it was the one thing I didn't take control of was my health. And the health really declined through those struggles. And this is like the final thing. It's like, no, I got control of my health now. And so it really does feel different, not just physically, but mentally. Just that is the old, that is the past. We're going forward,
Yes, 100%. And when you let go of the past, it's funny, like how you can't fully embrace where you're going until you let go of where you've been. And I feel like you guys have fully let go. And it's a process and we all do it at different times, but you can always see it on somebody when they fully let go of who they were and where they've been and they embrace this new person they're becoming. And it's beautiful. Kind of like Easter, resurrection. The old person dies. All right. Karen, it's, if I'm being honest, this season, I knew I was going to accept 6. My goal was to accept 6 people. And you were the 7th, I don't know. because I'm your daughter, and not everybody can hear it from someone so close to them. It's easy to hear something from somebody that you don't know, that you're not comfortable with, but you gave birth to me. Like, you know me. And so it was like, I don't know, is she really going to listen? Is she really going to follow directions? Is there going to be, whatever? And it was just like, and praying about it and having the Lord say, no, I'm not done with her. And this is going to be a pivotal point for her. And not knowing what that looked like or how it would look, but to see you come in here and not just follow directions, but to lead from the front and to not let a close relationship get in the way, but to follow directions. Like I was to manufacture like honor and respect. And you've really blown me away. And 53.7 pounds. And mentally, this is the healthiest I've ever seen you. Emotionally, this is the healthiest I've ever seen you. And I am so very proud of what you've done. I am so very proud of not only what you've done, but what you're going to do. And I know with everything in me that this is just the beginning, and that someday soon, I'm going to be at a competition in the front row cheering as you walk across the stage in your bodybuilding competition. And so, awesome job. You have rocked it these past 12 weeks and shocked the crap out of so many people. And anybody who had ever thought, oh, Karen, yeah, she lost the weight, but she's gained it back, they can eat their words. Because you know what? Yes, you had a setback. You got knocked down, but you didn't stay down. And so, awesome job. You've done amazing. And you're inspiring your grandkids who are watching you.
Thank you. I'm holding back tears. And I'm so glad that God told you that He wasn't done with me. So thanks, Carmen, because yes, you are my daughter, and I love you. And sometimes it's hard, but when I made that video, I meant every stinking word of it. So thank you. Thank you for showing me a new way.
Shane was the only person who I called before I actually talked about this on social media or anywhere. And I said, dude, I want to invite you to apply to this. He was the only person who, when I first started this, when I first laying by a pool, had the idea come into my head of this thing called The Biggest Transformation. I didn't even know it was going to be called yet. I didn't have faces. I didn't have anything. But the one thing I did have is I had Shane's face. That was the very first face the Lord gave me, was yours. And I've known Shane for a long time. And Shane and I have eaten a lot of good food together. We've done a lot of things. We've seen each other at our best, at our worst. And you have shocked me in the best possible way, Shane. And to come in here and be a light, to bring joy into the group, even on days where you had your own struggles, to go into the office every day and literally fight an old habit, to fight the food, to fight all the other people in there that you're working with that are just indulging and not thinking twice about it, to step up, rise up, and do something great, to be the example for your kids. So many times kids get to hear parents say what they should do. Parents talk to their kids about making tough decisions. Parents talk to their kids about being strong. Parents talk to their kids about persevering. Parents talk to their kids about what commitment and focus looks like. You are giving your kids a gift of a lifetime. You're not talking to them about what they need. You are real life in action, showing them what it looks like to be a man of integrity, to be a man of honor, to be a man of commitment, to be a man of focus, to be a man who leads from the front, to be a man who's not afraid to do the hard things, to be a man who steps up even when he doesn't always think he can. And your kids are seeing that from the front row. Your kids are watching perseverance, determination, passion in action. And they're literally watching you. I don't know if, you may not realize the magnitude of this thing you're doing. This is not only going to change your life, it's going to change your families. It's going to change your kids. I watch my kids and I watch them do things now, and I think they never would have done that if they had their old mother, the person I used to be. And you're going to look back at this moment in time and you're going to see the trajectory of your family literally going off of this course onto this course because of this decision you've made. And so I applaud you. I am proud of you. You've done amazing. And the world ain't seen nothing yet, Shane. God's got something special he's going to do with you in this story you're creating. And I don't think any of us even know how big that's going to be yet. But I'm just telling you. Somebody once told me that when I was kind of struggling to find my identity and what my purpose was and where I was going to be used mightily, and somebody told me the thing that God's going to use you in, you never thought you were going to be used there. He's going to use you in a place where you don't feel qualified, you don't feel worthy, and you never saw coming. And it was like, yeah, okay, whatever that looks like. Whatever. And I feel like it's the same for you. You might have one idea of where you think God's going to use you, but he might just surprise you and put you in a whole different place. And that might lead to even bigger places that you didn't even know. So anyway, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. You have done amazing. Awesome. Like literally, I love telling people, yeah, we got this guy in the group. He's lost like 72 pounds in the past 12 weeks. And they're like, oh. And then they'll be like, wait, what? 72 pounds in the past? And then they always get this like puzzled look, like they're judgmental. Is that healthy? Is he starving?
I've gotten that.
No, like they get so perplexed. I'm like, I love the fact that your results perplexes people. Like they're in their mind trying to do like math. Anyway. All right.
Thank you.
Peggy. Girlfriend, we've been together for a while, haven't we?
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. And the thing that's always inspired and impressed me about you is your persistence and your inability to give up and your ability to get knocked down but not out. Your ability to stumble and fall and scrape your knee and get back up and keep going. Peggy, that is a rare gift in today's world. It is a rare quality in today's world. And to come in here and, so many people were like, oh, Peggy, like she doesn't even have much to lose. But to watch you hold your own, to watch you represent, to watch you bring your A game and contend with all these other people, it has been so inspiring to watch you. I am telling you, Peggy, you inspire me so much. The way you've led your family, the way you've inspired them, the way that you've even shown me that it doesn't have to be perfect to inspire them. It just has to be consistent. You just have to stay the course. So many times we can get in this thing in our head that we have to be perfect. We have to have the perfect way, the perfect path in order to inspire people. But look at your family today because of you. When you sent me that text of your sister, what she sent to you, I just thought, it's even bigger than just her immediate family. Her freaking sister, who has judged all these years and then came on and asked for hey, I'm so sorry for judging you. And the fact that you inspired her, your sister-in-law so freaking much. I sat there and I listened to their why videos and I heard them pouring their heart out on how they were stuck and where they were, and how watching you step up and rise up and do something great with your life. Amazing. And so thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for being so faithful with the little, because you and your choices have made a profound difference in this world. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So looking forward to this change that we have all experienced happen in them. You can do it. You can do it.
I'm her problem child. She loves
Actually, I was the most nervous about accepting you.
I don't blame you.
Ashley is my Spitfire. Ashley's my either in or out. And I knew that coming into this. And I knew that weight loss surgery was, she was coming into this to prove me wrong. And also to prove herself right, but to prove me wrong. And it was just like, I don't know, do I want that in the group? And then it was like, the question of, Herman, do you believe in this? And I believed in Ashley. I knew that if Ashley ever made her mind up that she was going to do this, I mean, bye weight, see you later, out the door. But Ashley, not only did you prove me wrong, did you prove the doctor? You have proved everybody wrong. And you have been a light on a hill. You have been consistent. You have been focused. You have been all in. You have been an encourager. It's so funny. We were talking here on the way, and Jack, we were like listening to your message while we were driving. And I'm like, oh, Ashley, no, Ashley's got our group. And then Ashley created the ladies group. And then Ashley's probably got a group going with every other person inside of the group. Ashley's like a butterfly. She just like flits around, and it is. But Ashley, to watch your husband the other day running on the treadmill, you started this saying that you were inspired by him. Oh, how the roles have turned. Oh, how the tables have turned. To watch him running on that treadmill and to watch, that was a product of you. You inspiring, you being consistent, you bringing, because Ashley, there's a difference in being focused, but you have these, especially these last 30 days, you've brought a new level of focus, a new level of commitment, a new level of persistence, a new level of, you have shut the door on the old Ashley. And I feel like for the first time in a long time, you're starting to see, and starting to believe, really starting to believe of what the Ashley can become. The Ashley you were really designed to be, the impact, girlfriend, listen to me, the impact that you were designed to have. You were not put here to play small. There are lives attached to yours, and there are people literally waiting on your story, on your success. The lives that you will change. I don't just see 1 or 2 or 10. I see a sea of heads, too innumerable to count, of the lives that are attached to you in your life. You are a world changer. And you are going to change lives, not just your families, but many. And I'm just gonna, these 5 years from today, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, how did I get here? I never saw this coming. of where you're going.
It's funny you said that. I literally had this feeling yesterday. I thought this really was it. This was that moment that I read about in everybody's success stories when they say that something clicked. Whenever you read, and I would always just be jealous reading and sobbing for these people's success. And I always said, one day I'll have my turn to not always be the reader, but to write. And this was like that first chapter of like the real deal, not like the, and then she stopped story. This is the chapter when the end starts to make sense, I think, this season with you guys and with you specifically as my coach. There's no one else. I believe in my heart, and Steve always asked, why do you keep doing Beachbody? There's a million other things. And I would always say, no one in this world knows how to get me like her. And I didn't even know you then. Like now I feel like I know you, but I still don't know you. But you know what I mean? Like, I just always knew that you were put in my life for a reason. Big reason.
Yes. I believe we were all handpicked for this season.
Yeah, I do too.
There was not one accident inside of here. It was handpicked by someone bigger than all of us. And so I can't wait for these next 12 weeks, Ashley. You're starting to really come into your own, and watching you really be setting boundaries and prioritizing yourself. And as you continue down that path over these next 12 weeks, and you just continue on this journey of finding out who you are and what your purpose is and what you were meant to do and how important it is to set those boundaries. I just can't wait to watch you continue to bloom and change. And even though all the pieces of you are being put back together, it's going to look so much different than what it did. You're going to the best version of Ashley the world has not seen yet. And you were already pretty amazing the way you were, but being put back the way you're being put back, you're even going to shock yourself.
Looking forward to it.
Miss Wonderland.
Thanks for not giving up on me when I gave you hell every step of the way. I don't want to drink my water. I want Crystal Light. I want this. I want that. You're like, in or out.
All right. You guys want to get to the leaderboard already?
Maybe.
Enough of this sappy stuff.